Those are like the three biggest things. And then, shoot, what else is it? Sea lanterns, which I'm trying to actually incorporate sea lanterns so I can get rid of them because I have too many in those, the Guardian farms I've been trying to get rid of. I just haven't figured out a good way to do it, but that'll be something easy to get rid of. And then, of course, all the actual redstone stuff is like easy. Not easy, but it's not terrible. It's like sticky pistons, trapdoors, levers. Observers are probably going to be the weird one. Note blocks as well, because it'll just take up a lot of redstone. And we'll actually need quite a lot of levers too, funny enough. Still nothing, like, it's still doable. Still not too terrible. That should be everything there. So we'll just go ahead and dig up a simple staircase upwards. And then we ought to be good to go. So we got our beacon in place. And we can go ahead and put away the extra beacons and shulker boxes. Not shulker boxes, and stone. That was the other thing I wanted to do. There we go. And like these boxes, for example, can just get out, so that's pretty good. And of course, we already have like a nice head start on the endstone now because of that. That's cool. We want 4 of these, so this is going to take a while, but it is important. Because I just want to get all the endstone stuff done in like one sweep, and then maybe come back to get some like extra, but otherwise it's fairly unimportant. So, alright, we're all good. We should have haste. Yep. Now, it won't insta-mine or nothing. I just figured I'd do it for the obsidian more, honestly, but Alright, what's up, Joseph? Hey, either way, thanks for stopping by. Hope things go good at work for you, honestly. I gotta actually start going to work soon. I had an interview, and hopefully they end up giving me that job, but I might get to start going to work too. That ought to be fun. Not really fun, but money. Jesus, even with haste 2, obsidian still takes a long time, huh? That's a shame. Thanks. Alrighty, we got all that. And this is gonna take a while. Oh, if you angle it right, you can just hold like forward and like mine, and that's literally it. That's pretty good. And plus, if I make this place flat enough, I could probably like start working on like terraforming the entire end at some point. Like some generic shit like the overworld or whatever. I don't know, but probably want to do something with it later on. But I really want to make sure I focus on that Parthenon because that's like the first like truly like big build that I'm doing where it's actually going to be like useful. And that'll also be the last training hall I think I'll ever have to make because it's got 576 cells and all of them got support for zombification. So like, why even like bother making something bigger? Because there's no way you could even fill that many. Like, I don't even see myself ever filling up like 200 of them, let alone like nearly 600. So it gets big, and it's tileable, and I've tested it thoroughly, and it works. Like, can't go wrong with it. For what it is, it's pretty cheap too. Like just to contain like one villager, it's like what, one lever, one piece of glass, a sticky piston, 2 trapdoors, a fence gate, a note block, an observer, and like that's about it. And then the actual tunnel the zombie goes into the lake. It's tileable, so you can put all of them next to each other instead of having to leave like a block of empty space in between them, and then they still don't even attack each other when they're next to each other. Like it's just great. Can't go wrong with it. I'm looking forward to getting it done. And we've already got half a shoulders. That's kind of good. Although we're still gonna be a while, but we're making progress. I did not. I gotta remember that's a thing. That was not cool. Did not appreciate that. I don't like falling at all in the end if I can help it, because it just, usually it's like I'm not gonna have an elytron, even if I do. It's like what the fuck's happening, and then it's too late. So it's just better to try and avoid falling in altogether. Well, I finally got that car now too, so I actually drove out to that interview yesterday, and it looks like it went well. But I can actually drive again and all that. 'Cause I got a car for once. That's pretty neat. I'd actually drive up to Target today too to go get some stuff, but not that it's really that important. But I got a lot of time to pass and fill here, so I'm pretty much just like an actual adult, which is pretty neat. The only thing I'm missing is a job, but I'm almost there on that, so that's pretty good. Hoping they pay me something decent, considering it's like I'm gonna be like one of like four, maybe like five people if they hire somebody else to like manage their whole accounting department. So kind of want to be paid a little something, even if I'm just doing like grunt work or whatever. It's still like a lot of it, but it should be fine. It's not fine though, is the amount of stone this takes, seriously, and it takes so damn long too. Wearing the yeah, I'm wearing the depth starter ones. No reason why I should be wearing the soul speed ones. Just wanted to make sure, but But I've decided too with the trading hall as well, because I have pretty much every trade I could ever want, other than like a couple of niche like a lot of the fishing rod trades, some weirder like bow like trades, and like a lot of the trident enchantments. So mainly like all like librarian stuff. There's some things that I still want, but for the most part, I all the villagers I have is all that there's ever gonna be. But for what it's worth, I do want to actually get every single type of like tipped arrow from just like Fletcher trading, because I think it would be kind of a cool goal to have. However, it's like extremely time consuming as you start nearing the end of it too, which is another issue in its own right. But and also I get to I'm also going to be able to start curing and saving a lot more cartographers for like their you know what is it, the one glass paint for an emerald trade. I'm gonna be able to like abuse the hell out of that, because I'm gonna probably get like I could probably fill up like a whole lane of just cartographers, for God's sakes. Like that's how many there are gonna be. I can have like a whole lane for can have a whole lane for librarians and a whole lane for cartographers, like right across from each other. So it just is like a good like feedback chain. And then I can also have like a separate thing as well for because I want more like farmers and stuff, and like clerics for like their XP bottles. Like those ones, I want like a hell of a lot more. Probably more stonemasons. I was thinking about getting more of the like different types of terracotta, but like I can just go mine it, and then I can go dye it, because I can farm like every type of dye, so it's not even worth trying to like grind out. The only thing maybe is like the glazed terracotta, but that's like I got a super smelter, so that doesn't even matter. It's just kind of weird. But it ought to be fine. Figure it out as it happens. I looked at one here. What? I'm also out of space, yeah. Jackass, but that's fine. That's whatever. Damn, we're still not even at a single box. Oh man. Remember, I need like 3 of these. I'm trying to get 4, but I really need at least 3. We're building a 50 by 100, so it's like, 5,000 blocks to fill in and a little bit extra supposedly, but we'll get it, but it just takes a while. See some. We're not really getting a lot of slow frames, although I'm getting a lot of frame drops, but that's definitely a little weird, but fine, I guess. Not really fine. I should be getting a lot less than last time. They were about even, but that's not too big of a deal. Shouldn't matter too much. Who knows? And besides, it's not like it's really that important. I just have it just for like archiving, so it don't really matter. Wonder if we've already gone through a whole nother day. I think we were on 26. I ended up sleeping, right? So we're on 27, so we definitely did make it through at least one day. But, it should actually put us at a shulker box by now, but it's still a matter of getting enough. Like, seriously, we still have 3 more to go, so we're only a quarter of the way there. I just wish you could have like a haste potion or something that like stacked with it, so you could insta-mine just for a little bit some of these like really tough things. Because the only way you would insta-mine is like if you went like really out of your way to like be able to do it, which they probably would never add honestly, but still would be nice. I don't know, there's definitely like mods for it or whatever. Have I really not loaded that one before? Oh, that beam only happens once, and it's only when you like first like actually look at it or whatever. It's kind of weird. That must have been like the last one I did. Get the fuck out of the way! Come on. Got one box down. I can't exactly use TNT to blow all this up either because it's got a pretty high blast resistance, so it wouldn't even do a lot. If it was something like the Wither, maybe, but even then, that's not a good idea. I'm just trying to think stuff. We're gonna have the same issue with cobbled deep slate too. Just a fair warning. I think I've actually already got like a nice chunk of it, but like that's going towards that castle at some point. So that one I kind of want to leave untouched. Well, I'll leave a little bit of it. I'll grab a little bit. Same with the quartz that I still have in reserve. I should still have a bunch of quartz blocks left over from some other things, but I think they can be converted into quartz bricks. Which, if they can, that's actually perfect. Because quartz is also another like big pain in the ass. Because I have to go mine for it. I can go bartering for it technically, but like I really want the gold just to like have for like golden apples and shit. So, and there's not really too much else that bartering gives that I really like desperately want or need. Maybe it's like obsidian or like I guess the quartz over time does build up, but like not enough to warrant like a whole bartering farm for me personally. The iron's cool too, but I've got iron plenty of it. I don't even need that. But you know, it is what it is. Can't be too bad, I guess, but still, definitely is a little weird. It's already been half an hour, funny enough, but thing too, I just realized I should probably have a water bucket just because, if I do get rushed by like a ton of enemies, which I shouldn't, but if I do, then I kind of want that. Especially considering this is like a large pit and there's only like one way out, so like if a lot of them just kind of fall in here and I look at one by accident, I'm gonna hit the others who's sweeping it and it's just gonna snowball. I'm not careful. Now, worst case scenario, I can always just like ender pearl out, but you know, they can also kind of do that too because they can teleport. Spoiler alert. At least it buys me some time, I guess. And I can always bail out to the overworld too. And they can't exactly follow me there once this place gets unloaded. So like that, for example. Alrighty, there we go. I just wanted to move these down a little bit. What the fuck? Wait. No. I had to say. Alright, so we've nearly got two. We've definitely already got one, which is nice, but we need more. I'll probably just go for like 3 1/3 or something like that, just so I always have like a little bit extra. And that's all I really need. If I just now looked at that one too with that beam. Guess I never really did stop to look at any of them when I was just focusing on killing the dragon, but still. God, I fucking have looked at none of them apparently. Jesus. Uh, You've always seen that beam, which it don't matter, but it's just kind of weird. Thought I would have at least like really looked in that direction by now, but I just haven't. There's nothing wrong with, but Now, for the actual roof too, I'm gonna play around with it a lot, but I need to figure out a better like roof design. 'Cause I don't know if I would just want to do like the simple like traditional one where it's basically just like a large like shallow like slanted roof where it's just big, but it's just like at a very shallow angle, so it doesn't really like go down that much to where it slopes. But or if I want to try doing a whole different roof altogether and like make my own thing, or I don't know what the deal is. Or hell, I think I'm gonna avoid that problem altogether by and I talked about it a little bit before too, and it was kind of somewhat doable with like keeping in mind the world limit. But now that it's like gonna be a lot shorter than I expected, aka it's not gonna be like 50 blocks tall, which is already a good thing. I can probably get away with it, but I'm gonna be building a small like peak or mountain over it as well because I just think that would look cool to kind of have it like tucked away in this mountain, kind of like the You ever heard of like the Doomsday Vault out in like I want to say it was in Antarctica or something, but either way, the Doomsday like seed vault that houses like pretty much like one of like not one but a ton of the different world's different seeds and all that. And you can just pull from it. It's pretty cool, but that thing's kind of just baked into like the side of like I want to say it's just baked into the ground a little bit more, but it goes. It's got a roof, but otherwise it just kind of goes into like a like landmass. It's all underground or whatever. So something like that, where like parts of it do kind of peek out a little bit at like the surface, but then the rest of it is like tucked away in like these like nice like jagged peaks up at the top, which means I don't have to design that much of a roof, and the parts that I do design don't have to really give too much of a shit about, or not even at all if I just cover it up enough. But um, it'll still be tall enough for me to fly through. Don't get me wrong; it'll be like 20, 30 blocks tall still, but it just won't be 50. Although it might be closer to like 30, I want to say, because I also do want to keep in mind that I want to try and build that storage system up there. But that's the cool thing, though. The pillars are easy to expand and like build up like repeatedly because they're like very simple. But the first thing that goes in is that trading hall, and then once that trading hall is in, and then we get the zombies in, and then I can put the roof in. Well, I need the roof in first, then I can put the zombies in. But I'll also have to take some time to light up all that grass up there too. We'll probably do that today before we actually really get started because I don't want random shit up there. Unless I do want random shit up there to get a zombie, but that's a different thing. And I need more name tags for it anyway, so I'm not even prepared to house them is my other issue. So like once we get all the modules built, what we'll do is we'll kind of take out some of the torches from the outside. Hopefully go get like a zombie or three each night and then like lure him into the thing, name tag him, and then get out because there's also like actual like maintenance shit in there to keep them in. Like I've thought all that through as well and how I want to get them in and all that shit. And it makes it even easier now that it's only like one floor instead of two, so I don't actually have to worry about any of the particularly tall like maintenance tubes or nothing. Check. There's a dick. Get out of here. Seriously, all Endermen are just total jackasses. Seriously, it's not cool. But like I said, it's gonna be a cool build. It just takes a lot of resources to do, and all of the resources that it takes, and by all of them, I mainly mean the deep slate and the end bricks are gonna be like the most pain in the ass. I guess also the frog lights too, but again, I'm gonna probably shuffle those out for sea lanterns, so I wouldn't hold my breath on that because I don't like using the Froglight farm with being that far away, and it's not even like that efficient. It's fine. It's not. It gets me Froglights, but it's not super duper fast, and I liked using the green ones. Although if I do use Froglights, I probably will use the purple ones because the purple ones actually pair with the deep slate like really nicely, so I like them. But otherwise, I'm just gonna use sea lanterns for like lighting up the walls and like some of the floors and all that. So just because I have a lot of them and they do look pretty, anyways, can't go wrong with them. And then we'll have to go out and mine a bunch of redstone. But I think realistically today I can get the whole like grass like plateau up at the top like all lit up, and then maybe expand it out a little bit if needed. And then I can also get the whole like end stone brick like platform put in and like the basic like footprint of where all the pillars would go and all that kind of good shit. So there's actually there's exits on at each cardinal direction in the center, so you can move north, south, east, west, and all that kind of shit. and you can like fly through it with an elytra because it's going to be like that big and wide, so you can comfortably or fairly comfortably like fly through, which is pretty nice. That means I don't have to fly over the mountain, and I can fly through it if I wanted to. Although I do need to pick a nice block for the actual trading hall because I was using orange concrete just because it like looked cool. But I don't actually want to use orange concrete because I need a lot of it. Concrete's that much of a pain. So and I don't want to use dirt either, obviously. So I kind of have to figure that one out. I don't want to use like quartz bricks or deep slate bricks considering I'm already using those. So I'm thinking like I guess concrete actually wouldn't be that awful because it's only like what it's 4 shulker boxes of sand and 4 of gravel, and then 1 shulker box of dye gets you 8 boxes of concrete powder, and then that gets you like 8 boxes of actual concrete, which should be absolutely more than plenty. I could probably get away with two, and then a half, and we've actually got a second box filled. That's pretty good. So we're nearly done here. We're 2/3, but yeah, I'll have to figure out what I want to use for that trading hall with those blocks. I don't want to use nothing flammable either. That's another important thing to note. And it's a good thing we have all those extra logs because I'm going to need them for all the note blocks and sticky pistons because we need like for each villager you need a note block and a sticky piston, and then the observer and like the and the repeater too. That's going to be another thing. So we're going to need like 576 of each of those materials, and then like triple that for the trapdoors, and then 576 for the fence gates, and then like double that for the levers. So it's a lot, a lot of shit. Now we got a fat fucking hole here. That's cool. Doesn't really do a lot for me other than it was just somewhere to mine endstone from, but still, do kind of need it. And later on, we'll get the chance to terraform the whole end island, so it's not like this is for nothing at the end of the day either. Now, the Cobble Deep Sled, on the other hand, that one's gonna be a fucking. Ugh. I'm gonna try to go somewhere relatively newer that I haven't really like mined too much. That way, I can also try and find like redstone, because I'm gonna want like a lot of redstone dust for it as well. Because seriously, it's gonna consume like a lot. Oh, how much redstone is in 576 for the sticky pistons? Let me see that really quickly. 576 divided by 64. That is exactly 9 stacks. Oh wow. Oh perfect. So that's actually that's a clean 9 stacks of sticky pistons, observers, note blocks, and then that would mean it's 18 stacks of levers, and then a full shulker box of trapdoors because you'll need 27, and then 9 stacks of fence gates as well. That's actually not too bad. That's a very clean like even amount for what it's worth. So. Now in terms of the redstone though, I think to make a repeater, it's 2 redstone torches and a redstone dust. So I would need like an entire shulker box of redstone dust for the repeaters, just because it's 1 dust for the actual dust and then 2 for the torches, so it's 3 for each. So I would need a shulker box of redstone dust for the repeaters, and then an extra 9 stacks for the would need an extra 9 stacks for the sticky pistons, and then an extra 9 on top of that for the note blocks too. So yeah, we've actually got quite a lot to do. So what? It's 27 and 18. That's like what? Fuck. What is that? It's just 9 times 5. It's 45. Okay, yeah. So that's just 45 stacks of redstone dust. That's doable. It's a little bit weird because I actually have to go out and mine for it still, but it's certainly not the worst thing in the world for what it's worth. Although it is going to take a while. And then all the building blocks too, or whatever. And we will need quite a massive amount of sea lanterns, which I have, but I have to go actually craft them too for them to be worth any damn thing. And we'll probably go get this pickaxe fixed, and then I'll probably go activate the mob switch too while I'm working, so that way, like, because we already have enough gunpowder, and I don't think shulker shells are even affected by the mob switch anyways, which is great, but we've got enough gunpowder for it. So I'm just gonna turn it off so that way I can also probably go light up the pillars underneath all that shit so that we won't have like such a big problem anymore. Get that figured out. I wonder if we could build the thing out of bricks, unironically, instead of that orange concrete, which I'll show off. I think bricks might look fairly good. I hope they do, because I can actually get quite a lot of them, and they're somewhat more expensive than, like cobblestone. They look nice in big amounts, so I think that could look good. But yeah, we'll probably give that a shot, honestly, because, why not? I don't want to use stone bricks either, because they're kind of too dull. So I think we will probably go with regular bricks, so they still like are just nice to look at. And, can't go too wrong with them. Try to space it again. We're almost done. But yeah, we'll try seeing what it'll look like with regular bricks. I'll probably make the module that has them. Otherwise, maybe nether bricks would actually look pretty nice. Although they're actually kind of a pain in the ass to get to, considering you have to smelt all that netherrack, so maybe not. I don't want to use concrete. I can use concrete at the end of the day if I really need to, because it still does look pretty, but I do kind of want more like texture on them. Not that it really matters. It doesn't need to be really textured or nothing, but still. That was the thing I was worried about too, where it's such a big pit that there's like 10 Endermen down here. I had to have looked at those by now. I'm pretty certain I did. Oh, guess we just need more. Not too much to it other than just go get more. Alright, my inventory should be filled here in about a second. Yeah. And I don't think we're done yet, but we are like very close. Yeah. Need another like 6 stacks or so because I still want that extra little bit. So we're finally maybe done. And then we get to go turn it all into bricks or most of it or however much we need at the time. And then we got to go actually place it down. And then I need to actually go make sure I still have some extra quartz and quartz stuff like set aside. Now we can also buy quartz bricks, or not quartz bricks. We can buy blocks of quartz from those stone cutters, and then we can turn them into quartz bricks because they're not too bad. Not the stone cutters, the fucking stonemasons. We can buy them from them and then just turn them into quartz bricks, and then that gets us all that without having to go out and mine it too much. And honestly, the quartz and the deep slate stuff is just for decoration with those pillars. So technically, the end thing kind of is, but it's not really like the end brick platform. It's more for like a nice flat ground, and also it doubles as like the actual floor on the inside too, because it looks nice. So we actually do need this stuff, but we can hold off for a while from getting a lot of the quartz and deep slate until I get like the actual like full trading hall set up and done, and all the villagers moved in. Because I can start importing a lot more like stonemasons and cartographers and those other ones that I mentioned earlier, like clerics and fletchers and farmers and all that too. Because why not? But we'll be able to have. Why are you the way that you are? Come on, get out of the fucking way sometimes. All right, this should be enough technically for the third one already, but we're just gonna keep going until my inventory is filled. We are actually at the end. Well, I mean, of course we're at the end. That's where I'm getting the end stone, but the end of mining all this bullshit. It's been a while. Yeah, how long has it been? It's been 3 minutes less than an hour, and it took maybe about like 10 minutes to get here because I was doing like other stuff. So I've been mining for like almost 50 minutes. So that's cool. That's a lot. God, if that job ends up not having hard work, but like a lot of like boring, tedious work, that's just gonna be like free money for me, dude. I really hope it's just like like because we were talking about, I hope it's just like day-to-day stuff and not just like really, really difficult stuff. Like something that you can like zone out and just get it done. Because if that's the case, then I'm gonna nail that. This is fine. We'll kind of leave it at that, honestly. It should be fine. Yeah, it's plenty. All right, good. So we've gotten 3 and a little bit extra shulker boxes of end stone, which we are going to be turning into end stone bricks. I should have gotten rid of Instacart a long time ago. I'm gonna be doing that. I need to, because it's being a pain in my ass. There we go. Go. And we're done here. So we're just gonna go ahead and pop back on. And yeah. But yeah, it's looking cool. I need to sleep here. So like if we go and put one of these in here, for example, you can see we get our endstone bricks. It's just that easy. If we need a whole shoulder of them, obviously, so that part. You can also craft them too, which is actually important to note because I think like in terms of like doing it in bulk, there's no lossage with it either. Um, like it's just 4 end stone for 4 end stone bricks. Yeah, 4 for 4. Because then you could just shift click on everything and dump all these in place like that. We're just gonna fucking we'll just do that. Alrighty, that's 1 shulker box. Here's number 2. Alright, that's number 2 done. And we need number 3 here. There we go. That's all 3 boxes. And then, of course, we do actually have this leftover one. Which will only make an extra 2 stacks. I do want to actually have some extra endstone just in case. In case of what? I don't know. But, you know, just to have it. Why not? Sky's the limit, right? So we're going to go get our tools fixed up really quickly. And then we'll go ahead and switch out the iron block outline with endstone bricks. And then we can start filling it in. But yeah, as you can see, we've kind of got a lot. It's probably going to do things. So it's 5 crystals and 4 shards for 1 sea lantern. I haven't ever had to really craft them before neither, so that's why I kind of don't exactly know. But we definitely have enough for like more than a stack easy. Which, you know, more than a stack's fine, but we need like a lot. Now, a lot of this stuff is filled too. So are these ones. That's everything. We're done here. We're gonna just go ahead and put these away. And then we're out. I need to take some time to light all this shit up down here. And otherwise, we're fine, so we can just go ahead and get started on it. But yeah, I genuinely have no idea how many sea lanterns we're gonna need, so we might actually have to legitimately use that damn thing. I doubt it though. I don't doubt we'll need like that much, but we will need quite a lot regardless. Alright, and I guess let's just get to replacing the iron here. So what we're just gonna do is simply start out with the corners first, and then we'll go along and actually do the rest of it. I just want the corners first. Also, we'll probably have to keep in mind that I need to put in some beacons at certain points for like speed and shit, because like, dude, this is gonna take a while to walk back and forth between them. It may not be that big of a deal for the trading hall because I can condense a lot of them to one spot. It will be a big deal, however, for the storage system when there's going to be like pretty much every single item in the game being sorted up there, and I need to like go back and forth between certain things at certain points. But we got our corners here done. So all we got to do is just mine out all of this, and then we can go ahead and start filling all of it in. I'll probably do the short ends first, just because I can get them out of the way by doing that. And then the long ends I'll actually be able to reclaim the iron from. There we go. Cool. And we'll do the other side. Then we'll do the long ends. And then once the long ends are good, we'll probably pop over to the creative world just so I can show what the hell I've been talking about. And then probably pop back and start actually like working on filling in the whole platform. I want to get the whole platform done today, and then probably at least locate that cobbled deep slate so I can start working on that castle. Because we'll probably use deep slate bricks or something on it, just because I like the look of them. Might sound that big of a deal to waste that iron just by letting it fall and not reclaiming it, because, like, again, I've got too much of it anyway, so what does it matter? Hell, I could probably even use iron blocks for all the modules if we're being honest here. Or, like, instead of, like, bricks or something. That would be kind of a funny flex. I do actually kind of like the look of them for that kind of stuff. We might look into that. There's no reason not to. But yeah, now we're just basically mining out all of these iron blocks and then filling it in with endstone. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll go pop over to that creative world. And I'll see how they look with iron blocks instead of orange concrete. And then we'll see another one with bricks instead as well. Sun's starting to set too. Try and get this whole lane placed in first, and then we'll sleep. Not to mention, too, I actually do need to start lighting up all this. Actually, we should probably start lighting up a lot of this as fast as we can, and then we can probably go to sleep. Yeah, we'll do that. Good news is, though, getting a hold of the zombies won't be that much of an issue. Because, yeah. But one of them got potion effects. I think it's swiftness. Now, like, while we may get the zombies up here, the other issue is I don't actually have a place to store them yet right now. Because I, not bring them down or nothing. They're gonna all stay up here. But yeah, basically we just want to try and go through as many of these torches as possible. Is that a zombie villager riding a fucking chicken? Or a baby one? Oh, it's just a baby zombie, not a baby zombie villager. I just say that's like really rare. Chicken jockeys to be expected at some point, but maybe this many that spawn, but Oh, come on. We're almost out of torches here. And we're out. Alright, so that's a fair area lit up. Can't really go too wrong with that either, which is nice. I've got like most of the actual like big dark spots like done, so we don't have to really worry too much about anything. Or at least over here. We do actually have a couple of weird ones, but for the most part, it's fairly negligible, honestly. I wouldn't worry about it too much. And we'll be back with more torches soon enough anyway, so that's cool. Yeah, that's the whole bit we got with just 2 stacks of torches, so not too bad. We'll just go ahead and sleep like in the bed like normal, and then, I don't know, go get some more torches, I guess. Let's see, do I even have any extra just laying around in the light box up here? No, I do not. I do have lanterns, but not what I'm looking for. Oh, not like it matters. Alright, let's keep going here. Plus, considering how low to the ground is, it actually should have despawned like everything. Another thing too, inside some of the columns, I'm probably gonna install like bubble vaders, like one-way bubble vaders, not like two-way, so that way I can like ride a boat through them if I wanted to transport villagers easier, or like um also the fucking what are they called? Oh, I forget what they're called. Oh well, boat with chest. That's right. That's what it was. If I wanted to like also transport like boat with chest like up something, then like the bubble vaders would probably be like my best option. I know there's one with like an ungodly amount of coal. Probably this one. Probably the one I was thinking of. Okay, we're gonna maybe chill out with that a little bit. Just gonna go back. And we've got enough for the next night. So that's good. We can switch that on. And we don't really want to light up any of the middle until all the end stone bricks are in place. So we'll take our time with that. All right, there we go. Cool. I'm glad I did end up changing it to a 50 by 100 rectangle. That made things a lot easier to design. And then it ended up just being about perfect anyway, so that was cool. Alright, there we go. So All we need after this is uh, we just need to fill in more stuff, so that's pretty much it. Let's see, I should have another, yeah, here we go. Like that. Iron box, that goes in. And we just get started. What we'll probably do as well is, I guess I need another empty slot here to pick up these torches. I actually do want to buy. But what we'll do first is like these kind of like open air parts where I could fall or whatever. We'll kind of cover those up first, and then we'll be left with like a nice like bit in the middle. Let's just go to here, find this out. Shit, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. I was just getting ready to correct for that, but that's why we bring extras. Alright, cool, good start. We still have the rest of it, but it's a start nonetheless. And it's not even like barely anything. Oh shoot. I should have reloaded on that when I was still over here. But yeah, making it accessible by Elytra is honestly like really important just because of the fact it's so damn big. Being able to fly through. Like it takes like I got it, like if I was on ground level over here, right? I don't even think I could cross it in a single firework. I can, but the whole boost is gone by the time I get over here. Like, it's just that nuts. Oh, the sun's starting to set. We'll have to go light up the other side of that stuff and then probably go sleep quickly because I don't want any damage to the stone. There should be any, like, no Enderman can pick them up or anything, and there shouldn't be any reason for a creeper to explode, but you still want to make sure. Alrighty, we need to get in there, start lighting everything up. Alright, that should be good. We'll probably have like a couple of like darker patches here and there, but they're not like zero. Like something like this is a little bit sketchy, but not awful. But like there at the end, for example, we'd want to relight. Actually, we have like a whole other row I would probably want to do just to make sure. See how much shit is down here too. But yeah, we got some like darker bits here at the edges that I would like to go do. Otherwise, it's actually pretty good. Now with it raining, it's actually pretty lucky this time around. We won't get any Enderman spawns either, so I don't need to worry about that. That's nice. However, this area over here is a potential death trap because I want to light the rest of this little section up. Alright, there we go. That should be plenty good. All we have left is to fill in the endstone brick platform and then light that up. And then we'll be totally safe again. That's cool. Still playing on hardcore, so I don't like taking risks like that. Even if it's not a big risk, I still don't like it. You know? Plus, I don't want like there to accidentally be like a creeper explosion, and I have to go out of my way to go get the dirt to patch it back up, and it's just kind of annoying, you know. But we need more firework rockets, so let's get that. And another thing to note too, I haven't really talked about it a whole bunch. I've mentioned it kind of in passing, but I haven't actually like really like said anything specific about it. When we get that nether portal set up between the trading hall and the top of that, like where the Parthenon is, we'll actually be able to use that nether portal ourselves if I don't want to use fireworks. So all we would do is pop into the nether, maybe walk like 5 blocks that direction or whatever, and then it would snap us to that height up there, and then boom, we're good. And that would be really good because that's like a nice way to get up and down pretty quickly without having to use fireworks like this because it's like 5 fireworks or 4. It's like a lot. So getting up and down pretty quickly is actually kind of important here. And speaking of important, I need more redstone. There we go. For what it's worth, too, I could have probably used sandstone, but eh. It would have been a lot quicker to get, though. Alright, that's like every actual hole covered, so now all we have to do is just fill in everything, and then we're good. Alright, this is gonna take a while. At least I can do 3 at a time pretty quickly, so it shouldn't be too terrible, but at the same time, I still have to do this like 20 individual times, probably more than that. And I'm out of endstone bricks again. Cool. We are making progress though. So we've cleaned out an entire box. We'll probably dump some of these torches away. And I can always come back at night to get the rest, but I haven't gotten too many slow frames, luckily that's pretty good. It's pretty nice. Good bit of frame drops though, but not awful. It's a fairly big section of it done, so that's cool, but I need more. That's gonna be hilarious if you can hear the clicking even while I'm not speaking, but nah. Not like it don't really matter, but still. You need all this done. I don't know how much we got left. Let's take a little break and see. Still quite a lot, but we are still making progress, I guess. We'll also have to start lighting up some of this stuff. Alright, let's probably get started on that lighting though. Of course, it's not all going to be torches in the inside this time. That's why I was planning out with those frog lights. That way we don't actually have to do torches like for the entire thing later on. It's just good for now though, because I'm going to try and cut down on that as much as possible while I still have a nice chance. And see, we're getting a ton of shit. Alright, that's a pretty good start. Oh, we're hopping down, and I'm going to keep these torches on me, but we're just going to go sleep really quickly, and then we'll keep going. It is also currently day 1431, about to be 32 here soon enough, so that's pretty neat. Just to show that off. Alright, now it's 32, and yeah. I'd like to mention my local difficulty is at a 6.75. That's kind of weird. I don't remember what the highest is, but I'm pretty sure I'm close to it, considering I do like a lot of shit here constantly. Alrighty. Oh, we actually don't have a whole lot left anymore for all that time. And I'll probably go look for some of that quartz as well, and same with that deep slate. We need to look for those. Oh, just that little patch now. Oh, not now, but after this. Not to mention we'll start to like relight this whole place too, but it's doing great. Now, streaming might get a little inconsistent again, but like even more, because again, I do actually have that job hopefully coming up. I've already done the interview for it, and as far as I know, I'm probably going to get it because I really need the extra help. But when that does inevitably happen, because even if it's not that job, I still need a job anyways. But when it does inevitably happen, things are going to have to slow down a little bit more. Or there'll be like more streams at night again, but they won't really have me like talking in them. Or, like I might talk a little bit, but for the most part, it's pretty much just going to be silence because there's some other things going on in the background usually. Oh shoot, I need to keep an eye out for something really quickly. Hang on. Let's see. I need to check something really quickly. Sorry, but um, nope, not seen it for a little while. Okay, that's fine. Oh well. All right, so yeah, we're near the end of it. Yes. Yep. Oh well. Music keeps doing that, but I still haven't been able to really find a fix for it, which I'm not really interested in finding one at this point. One thing I'm gonna need a lot of though is white and black terracotta, mainly because I actually use that for like simple measurements and all that. And then I'll use like a distinctly colored like block on top of like every 10th block or whatever. So like in creative I use like a diamond block for example, but here I might like use, I don't fucking know, like stone bricks for example, or cobblestone or something that like stands out compared to everything else. Just that way I can, count it at a glance pretty much. That shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, we're pretty much good here, you know. We won't even need to dip into the excess, I think. Looking good. Seems like it'll have to be nighttime again. Probably get it more of this filled in and then get some more lighting. I think we pretty much should be good to just keep working even through the night. It shouldn't really matter, considering we already got so much lit up, and the only other thing that isn't is like right across from me where I'm standing too. So they don't actually really get too far away for things to spawn. Alright, we're actually we're at the end here, home stretch, so yeah. We'll have a nice little bit of end bricks to spare. I don't even know, we might not actually, but either way, we've still, like, pretty much hit it exactly what I needed, so I'll take it, you know? Alright, let's go get the rest of those end stone really quickly, and then we'll be done with the end stone platform. That's cool. We'll probably just take all of them here. And we're good. Alright. Let's go ahead and take that off. There we go. Yeah, just so we're kind of clear on it, this is the scale of bullshit that we're going to be making. I mean, like, seriously, it's fucking massive. I'm going to see if I can get a better angle of it too, but it's kind of rough. That looks like a little bit better. Okay. A big platform. Still a cool one, but just fucking huge. How long has it been? It has been 2 hours flat, so that's cool. We actually would have had a little bit of extra even if we didn't get this other like little extra bit. So we 3 shulker boxes was the perfect. Where did that go? That went there. Okay, that was weird. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and head down to my base. I'm gonna go look around to see if I've got any of that extra quartz. And then I'm gonna go look for some of that extra deep slate, and then we'll map out where all the pillars are gonna go, because it's very clear where they're gonna go. And I was gonna do a fade from black to white, however, I've decided it's dumb and stupid, and I will not be doing that this time. So you know, I was gonna have gray in the middle with stone bricks, but then I just was like, nah, I don't wanna, and it didn't look that good either way. So now somewhere in here. There we go. There's our quartz. I could have sworn we had actual quartz blocks, but yeah, we got the bricks there. But we also need to look around for some cobbled deep slate. Found it. Interesting. We'll just take some time here to turn it all into bricks, and then another quartz to make blocks of quartz. It's 4 of those. Now, see, this is why the stonemasons would be actually kind of useful. You know, and it's 4 for 4, so it's a direct trade-off. But so we've got 2 stacks of quartz bricks. That's it, unfortunately. We can make a little bit extra, but honestly, it's whatever. Well, I guess we'll turn the rest of these into it. Why not? I can always go out and mine for the other like quartz too, but this is why like those stonemasons would be particularly nice, and that's why we're only going to be that's why at the very start we're not going to really be building up the pillars yet, because I want those stonemasons to sell me their quartz for cheap, you know. Can I make them? Nope, that makes polished deep slate. Somewhere in here is the bricks, yeah. Deep slate bricks. I can make them now. I think it's the first time I've ever actually like sat down and crafted those like that. do you even make deep slate bricks? I want to look that up because I know there's an actual proper recipe. I want to say it's 4 polished deep slate together, right? Is that the thing? Yeah, it's 4 polished deep slate makes deep slate bricks. Okay. Cool. Alright, well, anywho, we should be good to keep going here. But yeah, well, I guess we can just make these in my inventory really quickly. There we go. That's enough to get started with for right now. Not kidding. We can actually make a little bit more. Okay, that should probably be enough. Cool. So we've got our deep slate bricks. We've got our quartz bricks. We can't really make a whole lot at the moment. All we can make are just the basic outlines. Why is there a cat here? Not all we're going to be making are the simple, like, basic outlines for now. Which is a very specific way they have to go to line up correctly. And in fact, it's too specific to where I need to actually go back and double check. So we're going to pop over into the creative world really quickly. It is currently day 1433, and we're just popping over into that creative world really quickly just to show off some of the progress I've made and all that kind of good shit. So yeah, we'll get to that really quickly. Shouldn't take too long, but yeah, we're here in the Parthenon. The ceiling is a placeholder. I wouldn't worry about this. It's going to get completely overhauled later on. And these are all of the individual modules. There's 8 of them, which is why I was talking about the orange concrete before. But they're all stackable too because they all have like a flat top, so I could just build like another one on top of it if I needed. However, that will never happen because this is 36 long with all of the like actual like usable modules, and then there's 2 of them in each thing, so that's 72, and then times 8 gets us our 576. They've got built-in storage, they've got built-in simple walkways to get the villagers, but basically I would have another portal in the middle that drops them in place, and then we have some of the exits like sealed off so they can only like get in through like any of these fence gates that I have open. So they would get in, they would go up to here, and then depending on where their workstation is, they would like pathfind to it, and then I could help nudge them along too, and then they would like drop down into there. We would seal it off with a lever, and then boom, we're good. And if we go ahead and check out underneath really quickly too, first of all, this is why I used frog legs. I use it for the lighting, but also because they're the only like light blocks that do that. But go ahead and check it out. So this is when it's like not active, like they're just here normally. But then it would drop them down. They would make eye contact with a zombie like at any part of this lane, except if it was one at the very end and the zombie was also at the other like end, in which case it would be off by like a couple of blocks. But it's really not too big of a deal because it'll wander back in eventually, and I can actually use myself to like lure the thing too. So, but it would get zombified. If it ever got stuck like here, what ends up happening is it clips into the glass, and because it's glass, it doesn't actually like die or nothing, which is important to note because we don't actually want it dying to anything. I also want that back and even. But eventually, at some point too, and that's why these trapdoors are here the way they are, is because we can actually open these up, so we can step back a little bit so the zombie doesn't get aggroed on me, and that way it only gets aggroed on the villager it zombifies. And then once that's done, what we do is we open the trap door, and then we get aggro on the zombie villager that's here, and then we'll like lure him out just a little bit to like the side or whatever, and then we can flip the lever back up, thus raising him back, and then we can do it for the next one. And with these trapdoors in the way, they can't actually like interact with each other. So really quickly, if I were to get a couple of spawn eggs here, mainly zombie and zombie, that's a horse, zombie villager, and also the actual regular villager spawn egg. So here, check it. So we got our normal villager. I forgot that was down. And then here we have a zombie villager. I'm in peaceful. Now they can't see each other at all. And let's do one other thing really quickly. So we're gonna go ahead and switch over into survival. So zombie can kind of see us if I look at him or really try to, but either way, all we would do is flick down this lever. He's gonna get scared because the zombie sees him. Of course, he looks at him the dumbest fucking part, but he went over it. So now I got his attention a little bit better, so now he should actually try and kill him. There we go. And I can always give it a sword too. What the fuck? I think I know. Oh no. That was I forgot to do that. Oops. These are these are all supposed to be up normally, by the way. Creative. Yeah, these are all supposed to be up, so that was just a misinput on my part, but oh well, forgot about that. We'll slide that one up, and we'll give it another shot just to show that it's not dumb. But... So here we can go ahead and lift them back up. We'll go ahead and switch over back into survival. They're not aggroed. He's aggroed at me, but not at this guy. And then you can see we've got our zombie. He's hitting our boy here. There we go. And he's back up. Boom. So they can't actually get to me at all. You can walk right up to them. They won't do nothing because they can't. The zombie will get aggroed at me. And I can use this as well for like some of the ones that are at the very end. So just aggro onto me. And then I step back and now he can't see me so he can't be aggroed. And then he'll realize, oh, there's the guy all the way down there that's able to be, killed. So then, you know. But, yeah, it's a very like easy and like tileable thing. It's also got built-in support for the XP orbs from trading. Because again, all these would be up normally. They're just down right now, just to make sure that's all correct. But basically, any XP orb, we would just kind of like lead it along if it didn't actually manage to get over this, which it can't over like a full block or nothing. Which is why it's like this. So it would basically just follow along like all this glass until it ends up here, and then I can grab it, and then it's just that easy. But yeah, holds a lot. Here's the basic pillar and shit. Here's what it looks like from the outside too. Ignore the roof. The roof fucking sucks. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm getting rid of that, by the way. I didn't like that, it turns out. So I like the ones on the bottom because they actually need to help light it up. But the walls on the outside don't really need to be lit up. But I do want the walls on the inside lit up. So, but it's pretty neat, I like it. It's got like the massive white pillars with the deep slate bricks is like the contrast, and then it just inverts it over on the other side. So this would be the side facing my base, and then the other one would be the side facing the rest of the world. But we're not even putting in doors or nothing. We're just putting in like massive like openings here, and then of course it converges at the middle, and then you can get out in any direction that you could want. And it's pretty good, It's actually like well thought out and designed, and it's like small for how many there are. But all of it's at ground level. There's plenty of space to move around in. There's like built-in support from the actual design for storage. And then this is what I was talking about too with how I measure. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 41. And then the same thing does go down, but it's just hidden a bit more. But yeah, this is all the redstone. It's just, it's simple. Like it's not too hard to do and it's easy to tile. It's just a lot of it. So I've actually was messing around with structure blocks too, which is what these are. You can see down there, but they were just to help like clone it and rotate it because I kind of didn't want to have to do that myself. So, but it all goes off of like the same kind of like simple design where it's literally just like what we did over there is what we did here. This is just like a cross section of it. So all this is just any solid block, which again I wanted to use frog lights because they're the only like light block that I know of that's actually also solid. However, we're probably gonna switch this out with like fucking anything, I guess. And then I'll just have the frog lights in the middle aisle or whatever, so it actually doesn't really matter. And then, and this was the original one too. Just they didn't keep into account the scale of it, so that was, that one's just kind of more of a proof of concept. But it's literally just the same redstone. So all it is a note block, an observer facing down that goes into this block, powers the repeater, powers that block, and then one ticks the sticky piston. So it'll like snag the block. The zombie would be there, would hit it, kill it, and then we would push it back up, and then boom, we're good. We've got some barrier blocks on the way too, so that's why there's these outlines. And then Up here is like the earlier design for like the maintenance stuff to actually get them in. All it is just a simple walkway that leads up into these fence gates, and then they would like get lured by their workstation, and then these would be open, so then they would like try and walk to it and then just fall down, and then we would flick the lever from the outside to lock them in, and then yeah, it's easy as that. Now sometimes they will fall on like they'll fall on the trap door here and just like not like get in. For those things, it's just better to just either wait it out a little bit or just like nudge them in. It doesn't really matter either way. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Now this one was shoot, I need to actually find the exact tutorial of it because I don't actually have it on hand right now. But basically, this one specifically was by somebody called Sosh Dam. I do not know if he actually made this one specifically himself, and apparently it does look like he did, so that's pretty neat. If you're interested in building this for yourself, here's the link to it. I just modified it like very slightly to like do some different shit with some like glass or whatever, but for the most part you can pretty much just follow what he did on like a cross section at about like 253 for like the good idea of it. And the repeater, oh, I didn't fucking need a repeater. Oh shit, I could have condensed that even more. Ah, damn it, dude. Oh, duh, I could have just. Well, no, I couldn't have made it one wide. I still would have had to make the thing for the zombie two wide, but. Oh, that's right, that's why I remember now. The reason I changed the design a bit is because the villagers were originally sitting on top of a trapdoor that, like, opened, and, like, that's just not cool because they take them a while to jump back up. So, like, doing the thing with the glass from, like, Logical Geek Boy's design ended up being a lot better for like keeping him, but I did like what he did with it being tileable with the note blocks and whatnot, so I ended up keeping that. And then I just changed it around a little bit with certain things from my Logical Geek Boys video, which again, I need to go find that. I still do have that video saved somewhere. Let's see here. Let's find out where the hell is it. Here we go. Now here is the other video, again by Logical Geek Boy. That if you're interested, go to that, whatever. But mainly, it's really just for just kind of like how like the mechanism works to like always make sure that the zombie always tracks the villagers and all that. So I kind of like cobbled both of those tutorials together in my own way to like make something a little bit different out of it. So it ended up becoming like it's still tileable from like Sashdan's video, but it's now also stackable with like a little bit of improvements on my end with like the slabs and whatnot. And then I've also like made it a lot more consistent using like Logical Geek Boy shit in terms of having the sticky piston use glass like that. So, and then combined with the trapdoors too, which is why it was originally one wide, because the trapdoors keep the villager in the chamber and the zombie out, which is why it needs to be two wide. But this thing has ended up working pretty much flawlessly, other than like a zombie being here and the villager being all the way over there, and then it's pretty easy. Like once you build a first cross section of it, you just extend it down. Like that's literally it. The very end pieces are different. Like this is the area, for example, where we'd be luring in the zombie, so we would just get rid of the slab, open the gate. Same with that one too. We would just lure it down, and then once I get it down comfortably, I would just name tag it and just like run past it or whatever, and then you just seal these off, and then that, and then you're all good. And then you just do that like 8 times. So yeah, it's really simple, but it took a while to actually like plot out better and like kind of get it set up. So. And I also want to see the thing with the bricks that I was talking about, so I kind of want to know. I want to see how regular bricks would look on one of these, so we'll just pick one and just fuck it up. Oh, and the levers do actually activate the trapdoors. They also activate these trapdoors and the fence gate, which I want them for the fence gate, but it's not a big deal if they activate the trapdoors, because they just get resealed anyways. But it was mainly for the fence gate for like ease of access, so... And I might cut on the glass a lot more. I might not use nearly as much, but for the most part, it's really not too big of a deal. And I actually, I do, fuck it, we're using bricks. We're not using concrete. I only use the concrete for here just because it was easier to stand apart, but now we're using bricks when we actually do start it, so yeah, that'll be cool. It looks nice. we'll probably cut down on the glass a bit too. I kind of want to color code a lot of these like alleys as well with like colored glass, so we'll keep that in mind as well. Otherwise, it's good. So yeah, like I said, can't really go too wrong with it. Like we've got like our dead center of the Parthenon like right here, and then there's like the halfway point with the end stone dividing them. But yeah, it's pretty good. So these can be any light block. I just wanted them to be frog lights, but these ones have to be like solid or like actual frog lights. So that was the other reason too. But everything is mapped out like in a very specific way. Like we've got you know, 3, 3, and 3 over here because that's where the pillars are and all that. And then there's like a specific distance that these all need to be from the center and all that too. Was the other thing. So it is kind of important we get that correct when it's time, but you know, it should be okay for now. But yeah, I just wanted to show that off really quickly. So what we'll do really quick is pop back into the hardcore world and like honestly fuck the castle. I don't think I can be bothered to give a shit about it for like a long time, considering it's not something I'm gonna use, so we'll kind of ignore it for a while until I don't want to ignore it anymore, but you know. Yeah. I fucking went there for one other reason and I completely forgot. We need to check the positions of the pillars really quickly. Sorry about that. Because the pillars are spaced out all evenly, and it's making sure that they're actually in the correct spots in the corner. So, um, all these corners should be is we have like an edge. Okay, yeah, that's all it is. So it's just like the edge is just like you've got like end stone, and then you've got like whatever your building material is, and then like that, and then it would just be spaced out every 3 blocks until you get to the middle point, in which case it's like a bigger thing. But you can start from each end and work your way towards each other until you know where the middle point is. So, all right, nope, we're good. Let's just leave one empty edge for like just room to walk on each corner. All right, sorry about that. I just needed to double check that. So we'll get back to it. So we'll just go ahead and get all the like foundations of the pillars down, and then we'll fucking I don't know probably call it a day there. But yeah, still on day 1433. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and grab our quartz bricks. And here's what we want to do. We want to do this. Oh, and the cool thing too is they actually they're going to be hollow. Well, not hollow, but they're not going to have like they're not going to be solid, obviously. So there we go. And another thing too is we'll be using like sea lanterns or just like a basic torch in there or whatever, because you know mobs can spawn in there. So because it will be eventually covered up completely. This is at least good to get the foundation in, so I'm fine with this. And we will probably be redoing all the torch lighting in here as well, mainly just to kind of make it a little bit more uniform or whatever, but honestly it's not too big of a deal. So we put that there, put that there. And these also have to be spaced out a certain way at the front end as well. And then if we were to try and do one more, for example, you can see that it wouldn't be, so we've actually have hit the end point of it. That's good. All we have to do now is just kind of fill in our gaps here. And then do it over there as well. and then we've got one end of it done. That's not correct. Okay, so we've got 4 of them. One, two, three, and then we can build our 4th one here. Because we want to try and keep them relatively even in number as well. However, I think it was like 5 on each side, as far as I can remember. Because then we get to here and it gets a little bit wacky. Yeah, because then we've got like not enough space. Alright, we'll probably take some of these torches back as well, and I'll need to go make more too, but all we gotta do is just put them in the center of each of these, and then we're good. And these aren't ever really going to be visible, and it's better to not have them filled anyways, because I will probably be reusing these for those bubble elevators, so it's good to have it like this. Sorry. So, that one might have gone too far. I forgot that was Instamine. Shit. Oh, fuck. Wait, I thought they rechanged. How did I... Okay, sure. It might have been because the quartz bricks were Instamine, but nothing else was. Oh, I don't want to have to go back down for that. Alright, well, at least I got the x-rays. Hey, that's what they're for, but still, didn't want to have to do that, but whatever. Oh, it's on our last little bit of stone brick, so hopefully we should have enough to map all this out, but at the same time, I'm not 100% certain that we will, which is fine, but, you know. But you get the rough idea, you know, not too bad. That's where these are. Maybe I'll take those. Alrighty, let's get this shit done, and then I'm gonna get some food because I am hungry. Alright, we hit the dead center again. There we go. Get this shit done, and then we should be good. We're also not gonna have enough, quartz bricks or whatever to finish it, but that's alright. We're probably gonna take some extra time to get the torches all fixed up as well. I'll have to go make extra, and then I need to light it up anyways while it's night, so I can actually see where all the light is or isn't. There we go. Alrighty, so that's everything I can do right now. Can't really do a whole lot more. Other than probably like refix a lot of these torches and probably preemptively put the next set of them down. But otherwise, it's kind of whatever. Go ahead. Give me a moment. God, every fucking time. Man, not cool. Seriously, bunch of fucking bots every time. Okay, 1, 2, 5, 2, 4, 5. All right, cool. I'm also putting the torches down, like on the edges here in a specific way because that's where those sea lanterns are going to be going to help light up the outside a little bit more when it's time for that. So they do have to be done kind of in a specific way. All right, we got 4 and 4. Good. We'll probably maybe put some torches on those corners too. We'll have to go back around and redo that. One, two, three, 4, 5, 4. I'll just put them in each corners too. There we go. Alright, that's everything. So all of our lighting here is good. We've gotten the basics of our pillars down. So yeah, we've got a fairly big size we're going to be working with here soon. We need like another like 20 quartz bricks to actually finish that part up. But it's really not too big of a deal, so we'll leave it for another day. Yeah, honestly, that was about all I really needed. So we're gonna kind of wrap up here, and I'm gonna go get some food because again, I'm hungry. I know want something to eat here. Whatever, that's fine. We'll probably buy some of the extra like quartz bricks too at the trading hall that we already have, just so I at least get these in place. I don't want to get all of them from there because there's going to be too many I'm going to have to get, but we will be getting most of them from there at the very least. So that's good. And we'll mine quartz for the rest of them or whatever too. But we can expand these upwards later on, so it should be good for now. Now, next time, what we'll be doing is we'll be making a bunch of sea lanterns, and we're also going to be figuring out how do I want to redesign that trim and all that, and how do I want to redo the lighting, because we're going to need to be a little bit more efficient with our lighting when we catch that zombie, and not to mention the fact too that when we build the actual thing as well. I'm gonna actually have to build some of it under the ground. I don't have to, but I realistically am going to want to build a lot of it under the ground for like the zombie and all that. So we'll have to get a hold of some like cobblestone because I'm basically just gonna be making like big cobblestone boxes that are like sectioned off. But that won't be too bad. But yeah, that's gonna have to do it for me today. So we're gonna go and get the music out of here, and it's been fun. It's day 1434. I guess we could probably fix up some of this really quickly before I go, just because it won't take too long. It'll be kind of cool to see anyway. So I'll go ahead and get this shit redone. And we really need to take like an actual day. Oh, hey, and all that grass grew in after all that time. That's good. Yep, all the grass is actually fine. So we can see the top half of it on the maps, but we can't see the bottom half, so we do need to expand the maps out quite a good bit to actually be able to get a grasp of that. And it'll be important anyways too when we get the rest of the mountain range in place on the other side. Just that way we've got some more stuff to look at. But yeah, you can see it's just a massive like stripe on that mountain range now. It's pretty neat though. I mean, look at it, damn. Well, either way, it's day 1434, and it's been fun. So we got all of our endstone mined, turned into bricks, and then got the basic shit done. And I think that's literally been it. So sorry that wasn't a whole lot. I know I wanted to get that castle done, but I probably won't ever touch it for like a while at this point, considering I really want this Parthenon done so I can actually get that trading hall going. But yeah, it's been fun. So thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time. So yeah, have a good day and good luck out there.